Mr. Gideon Kipyegon Kirui. Thank you. Okay, feel free. So, honorable members and secretariat, before we start, we'll open this session by word of prayer. And I kindly ask you to bow down for a word of prayer. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor and blessings as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to leadership position in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Secondly, I'll ask our legal officer to administer the oath to the nominee. So kindly, Gideon.
I, Kipyegon Gideon, do hereby swear that all the information that I shall give, say before this committee, shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Have yourself a seat. Sit comfortable. And when you are ready, you will notify us. While you are doing so, I'll humbly ask you to surrender your original identification documents, your academic documents, secondly, proof of any business you own or you run within the municipality, or a proof of the residence, like a business permit, please do. And clearance certificate from ESCC, Education Loan Board, KRA, CID. Thank you. So while we are going through your documents, I'll ask honorable members of this committee to introduce themselves. I'll start from my extreme left.
I am Philip Kimwena-Mutai, MCA Kipchimchim Ward, and a friend to this committee. Gideon, karibu.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, Gideon. I'm Kiptobi, MCA Kap South Ward. Karibu sana. Chair, allow me to say that with the said candidate, it happens I know him right from home. Since he was young, I know he's a man of integrity. He's a man whom we can trust, given the job. And I want to wish him well, but that doesn't prevent the committee to rule the way they want. Thank you.
Thank you. And honorable members, if you have any potential conflict of interest with the nominee, please do declare.
Chairman, good evening, Gideon. I'm Matthew Korir, MCA Chaikwad, member to this committee. Chairman, I have interest. I've known Gideon for many years, and at some point we have done business with him, and that one does not prevent the committee by giving any opinion or in writing this report of Gideon. So, thank you.
Habari ya jioni, Gideon. Kwa majina naitwa Vincent Kirui, MCA kutoka Litein Ward, and a member to this committee. Karibu sana.
My extreme right.
Good evening, Gideon. Welcome. I'm Martin Cheriot, member of County Assembly, Kapugirwet Ward, and also a member of this committee. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair. Gideon, you're welcome. My name is Eric B., MCA Kablela Ward. Chair, I happen to know Gideon. I school with him in Kericho High School.
And by knowing him, it will not interfere with this with this vetting process. Thank you.
Vice Chair.
Karibu Gideon. I'm Dominic Mutai, member of County Assembly, Kabianga, and the vice chair of this committee. Karibu.
Thank you. Gideon, whom you are seeing there, are members of our secretariat. Because of time, I'll not allow them to introduce themselves, but I'll give you this opportunity to introduce yourself. First, maybe I haven't introduced myself. I'm Hezron Ngetich Kimngeno, MCA representing Chilchila Ward and chairman to this committee. You feel most welcome. So I'll give you an opportunity. You introduce yourself, who you are, and give us a brief biography about yourself. And then from there, I'll guide you next. So with your biography, you'll include your work experience and where you have worked, all the same. I thank you. The floor is yours if you are ready.
Thank you. I do appreciate your time. I'm Kipyegon Gideon. I was born in Kabianga in the year 1988. Attended Kapasa Primary and then Kabianga Primary School. After that, I proceeded to Kericho High School. And then after Kericho High School, I went to Kisi University, pursued a degree in business management, accounting major. After that, I worked with some companies. First company to work with was National Transport and Safety Authority as a liaison officer. I worked for about 2 years. Then I joined Kenya Pipeline for another 2 years as a assistant stock accountant at the Kisumu terminal. After that, I took a break doing business now in town till present. Before 2012, I had done a contract with East African Breweries as a finance planning and reporting accountant. That is in 2012. But it was just for about a period of 7 months during my long holiday before going back to finalize my university studies. So presently, I'm doing business in town within Isaac Salat Road. Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon. In your career life, have you been commended or given honors, i.e. state commendation or any awards?
None.
None. Gideon, are you a member of any professional association?
No.
You aren't. Gideon, you understand that according to Urban Areas and Cities Act of 2012 amended in 2019, one of the qualification or requirement for a member to be appointed, nominated, and subsequently appointed to serve as a municipal member, one he or she should be a member or a resident of the municipality, one, or doing a business within the municipality within 5 years, in a span of 5 years. Thirdly, a person should be a member of any organization, any association, or any umbrella body. So now that you have been nominated, Gideon, can you let the committee know which umbrella body forwarded you for the same or seconded your nomination?
Thank you. I was forwarded by the Kericho Investors and Business Association, that is the KIBA, an association of business investors in town. So now it's like the informal sector. Yes. So I forwarded my application, and then they did a meeting. I think it's there's a document therein. So they recommended me to serve them in the board.
Thank you. So you have the Nini?
Yes.
A forwarding letter from the same?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Gideon, are you a public officer?
No.
Okay. Are you having any political affiliation?
No.
None. Okay. Have you ever been dismissed or removed from office for contravention of Article 75 of the Constitution?
No.
Okay. Have you been advantly associated with practices that depict bias, favorism, and nepotism in charge of?
No.
Okay. Have you been engaged in any pro bono or charity works?
Yes. There's a children's home next to Kericho. Every year we donate foodstuffs during Christmas from our business.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Gideon, in your CV, I've seen you have attached names of your referees. Will you be having any objection if this honorable committee wish to make maybe some inquiries over you?
Not at all.
Okay. Or do you have other referees who are not your relative, which we can ask to know about your character or your conduct?
I can provide.
Okay.
Yes.
You will furnish the committee.
No problem.
Okay. Gideon, in your career life, have you done any publishment or any writings? Not at all. Thank you. I've seen you are a businessman and you have been work with different parastatals or different entities. One of the requirements for a person to be a public officer or a state officer, the requirement is he or she has to do wealth declaration. So in that case, have you done any wealth declaration of late?
Late, no, but I did it when I was in office, when I was still working.
Okay.
Yes.
So currently, can you give us your estimate net worth? How worth are you?
My estimate net worth now is about 24 million.
24 million.
Yes.
Can you break it down?
By business, what 15 million, vehicles 4 million, and land 6 million.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. I know you know the reason why we are asking you, because you are, if this committee approves you, you will be a public or a state officer.
Yes.
It's a requirement. So have you ever been judged in court of law for the last 3 years?
Not at all.
Have you been advanced mentioned in investigatory reports of Parliament or County Assembly?
No.
Okay, thank you. So before I open the floor for honorable members to do a follow-up question, maybe I'll ask you to get a notebook and a pen, because I'll take a round of several questions from around 2 members in that order. So you will note so that when we give you opportunity, you will answer. Gideon, I would like you, because you are a member of this municipality, and you have been in this municipality, and you have seen, you understand this municipal very well. I will give you an opportunity to highlight or enumerate around 3 or whatsoever challenges which you see it's bedeviling this municipality, and if this committee finds you fit to approve you, what are the potential solution or way forward so that we can improve this municipality. Secondly, this municipality or this town seems to be an old town. In your own opinion, what are the measures or what are the approaches we can use so that we can uplift or do facelift for our town, so that it can be appealing or attractive or should be recognized as at least a real municipal? So you can take that, and then I'll open the floor for members.
Thanks for that. When the challenges facing our town now, sorry. First one, flooding. When it rains, some of our shops get flooded. Garbage gets into the shops, so it takes a lot of time getting back to business when you are tidying up. Our town has a problem of our matatus. We have a stage that has been built for them, but you find that matatus pick passengers on every spot in town. Even in the front of your shop, they can come start picking passengers from there. So that's a challenge. And then these matatus bring congestion, they cause obstruction, accidents can occur. That's a safety risk too. Garbage. Over the years, there's been a great improvement in garbage collection, but we are not yet there. There's still a challenge. We can still improve more on that garbage collection. We can outsource services from private contractors to collect that garbage, but I know funding will be a problem, but as a municipal board, we need to source for funds, maybe from donors, to facilitate that. Doing so, we shall eradicate the garbage collection in town, we'll minimize the cost of cleaning, and going forward, our town will be like other towns, other municipalities elsewhere that have tried, and they have really cut costs. I think those are the major challenges facing our town now. And then another challenge now coming up is the issue of our hawkers. So if we build a good market, of which something is being done, construction is ongoing, going forward, we'll have at least salvaged that challenge and made progress. I think that's all.
On the issue of matatus picking customers or passengers anyhowly, what is on your own opinion?
In my own opinion,
how can we cap that?
Going forward, I would wish that we get land to get another stage, because I've interacted with these drivers and the touts. They're saying going there, passengers don't want to go down there. It's far. But they better have a stage on the highway. You've seen what Kisumu has done now. We have a main stage behind United Mall, and the one that is built on the highway as you come out of Kisumu towards Kericho. So by doing so, once they are centered in one place, we can get more revenue as a county. And we shall have control matatus getting into town. That's my idea.
Considering now, that's a brilliant idea. Considering now the nature of a town, whereby the major problem with Kericho is space, because when from Brook all the way up to Chemosa, it's a multinational or it's a private land. When you come to these, there is no room for expression. How can we make an approach? I
see where you're heading. Now, we have Kewasco doing a waterworks on the way to Brook. I think we acquired that through compulsory land acquisition. And I think going forward, that's the way to go, because we have no more land for expansion in town. We have our prisons there. That's public land. We can take it elsewhere, use that space for town expansion. But before that, we need to have a serious geospatial plan so that we can achieve that, so that we can't have structures that have not been planned for. Thank you.
Thank you. One final question. Another thing I like, because you are a resident of and you are currently active businessman within the municipality, and you have seen there is a lot of vices and rampant drug abuse, crime rate within our municipalities. A lot of street children's increase in street children's. As a municipal board member, if this committee approves you, how are we going to deal with this upcoming menace and within the municipality and bring sanity to our towns?
Number one, we should have social halls. Number two, we should have sporting activities to make our youth busy. The social halls will encourage people to have mentors. When you have mentors, one will be looking up to someone to do something. Kericho, we don't have a serious social hall. We should have about 6, considering the age brackets. So for those social halls to operate, we should have youth leaders. These youth leaders should be empowered by getting other mentors from elsewhere to empower these youth leaders. By doing so, we'll have all these other youths on board to be discussing ideas and doing activities. In fact, then we bring up sporting activities now. We should be having municipality tournaments before we go to county tournaments. By doing so, our youths will be engaged. When they're engaged, they're busy. They'll avoid the drug menace. Now, the problem we have, the challenge we have now is alcoholism. And that we can control that from school. And school is about teacher and parent, not teacher alone. We encourage these kids that they have a future. They take alcohol because they don't have a role model. And they see maybe somebody taking alcohol is doing well. So for municipality first to beat the drug menace, let's bring these people with serious activities within the municipality. Our senator started the youth tournament. If you go to the grassroots within even our municipality, those guys who were there, they are trying to do best this year by practicing. That guy, when he comes off the field, he's tired. Where does he go? Home. And before he comes to the field, he does chores to help the parent and get busy at the field. And then he'll also concentrate on schoolwork. So we should focus on those social amenities. Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon. Maybe now I'll open the floor. Maybe Eric P.
Yeah.
The first question, and maybe Martin, you will note their questions so that you can react.
Thank you, Chair. Once again, Gideon, you are welcome. And based on your comments on garbage collection, I know you are a resident of this town. You does business within town. I'm very happy about that because after your career in field, you decided just to start a business. Gideon, you are aware about this town it was planned. I don't know if I can ask you right away. Can you tell me the lane where you are doing business? You cannot even easily tell because there are no naming of streets, and I believe you are not happy about it. What is that one thing you will do if given as a municipal board member? You will decide immediately so that you can bring forth the naming of the streets. Also, you've seen where from the hospital road, you find there are some vehicles moving up and down, they can easily cause accident. And with the rich knowledge and the experience you've had in this town, what is the best thing we can do so that you can avoid the kind of collision whereby cars can come from any other direction, which can easily cause an accident? Number two, the kind of cleanliness within town. There's a lot of garbage everywhere, and for the last, I think, 1 year, they used to have containers, those pits, which we actually collect litters. And if you can look around right away, those pits have been depleted away. It's no longer in streets, and there are litters everywhere. What is that one thing you'll do as a municipal member to ensure that the garbage within the municipality is collected within some few hours and also disposed or dumped at a specific region? You know, the only dump site we have here in Kericho is behind hospital, and I don't know whether it's your own with your own view, do you think is the right place to be currently, being that is a dump site, and you see hospital is around that area, and also other things, other businesses are ongoing within a dump site. And given a chance also to be a municipal member, what is the best idea you can instill in place to ensure that the dump site is issued as well? Lastly, as a municipal member, there are some donors. I don't know whether you are aware. If you are aware, then you let us know, because we have been receiving millions of money from donors. That is World Bank, to be specific. And these millions of money, as we have not seen the fruits or any changes within the municipality. If given a chance, Gideon, to be one of the municipal member, what is the best you can utilize that fund so that we can easily improve street lights, drainage, and also putting signage. You remember last year there was a campaign, election was all going, and what you are getting as a county, it was a little fund. There are some people who have decided to put signposts. It belongs to a certain agencies, and us as a municipality, we don't have our own. We don't have our own signpost. We have not been in capacity to put our own signpost, even advert. You've been in Kisumu. As you said about U-Mall, when you are going towards the U-Mall, you've been seeing videos and advertisement carried out by the Kisumu city. What about this Kericho? We don't have one. So what is the best knowledge and idea you will instill in place to ensure that we upgrade our county, even to if not a city, to be a city in future? Can you elaborate on those? Thank you, Gideon.
Thanks so much. On the labeling and branding of our town, before we have legends in our town who have made us proud. Recently, we lost one of our legends, Rugut. I believe the house maybe is working now on naming one of the streets after him. Number two, we talked about garbage collection in town. I think what we are lacking is enforcement. Because if we do serious enforcement, one cannot dump garbage anywhere or at any place. In fact, that should be a source of revenue to our municipality. Because if you get someone dumping garbage in a place that's not required, that should be a fine. And the municipal board should come up with fines for such people. And that will be a revenue source for our municipality. For branding of our town, I would prefer we make that a business venture for the municipality. We have serious businesses in town. If we can, by doing so, they'll be branding themselves through and advertising. Let's say, for example, now in our town, we have serious hardwares. Isaac Salat Road now, Mutai Hardware is on Isaac Salat Road. If Mutai Hardware is given to do signage as Isaac Salat Road, Mutai Hardware, they can do a light box for Mutai Hardware, but that is Isaac Salat Road. By that, we shall have achieved two things. The municipality will get revenue for branding from Mutai Hardware, and the street will have been named. That is Isaac Salat Road. So by doing so, it will be back direct revenue for the municipality, but we've named that road too. We have other roads in town, Hospital Road. We can get another serious partner there to do that. On this road, there's this kind of business, and by that, we shall have achieved branding. You get my point? Then, when we come to solid waste, that's garbage, we can do recycling. Last year, there was a project. We had bins in town, recyclable, solid waste. Those bins, they got destroyed because of vandalism. Then they were not maintained, but we have continuous maintenance of those bins. And then let there be public participation within the business community in town that if you want to dump garbage, this bin is for recycling. This bin is for non-recyclable items. And then when our guys are collecting the garbage, they know this bin for recyclable, we can have a plant in town. We can get an investor within the municipality to work on those. When we recycling those waste, we can do briquettes. That's another source of energy, which will be cheaper, which can be sold again. But it will be expensive for the municipality. So the best thing is to get a private investor to do that business of recycling, because we can't do anything as a municipality. That is it. And then about our dam site. I've seen what Kisumu did. Kisumu, they got a quarry. I think on your way to they rehabilitated a quarry. So they moved the dump site from where the stadium was to that quarry. Have you seen the results there? That quarry very soon will be filled up, and we shall have rehabilitated that land. It can be used for other purposes. That means another structure can be put up, another recreation facility can come back, belong to the municipality from that quarry. That was what was done in Mombasa County. So we can benchmark from those people. In Kericho, Kapsoit is within the municipality. There's a quarry that has been lying idle. People are going to commit suicide there because we have disasters. Someone fell into a pit in the quarry. We can think of a way whereby the municipal buys that quarry. It can be a dump site for the next 10 years because all those gaping holes. Going forward, maybe in the near future, Kedao, people have been, it's not in the municipality, yes, but going forward, you never know, you can be a city. That place can be used as a dump site too. We can rehabilitate the dump site now and we can expand the hospital going there because we can rehabilitate it. I believe that's the best thing we can do. On the donor funding, what we can do, we should have accountability. And before we get accountability, from the word go, during the tender evaluation, we have to know which is the best farm, which farm best does this job. What priorities can we do? What priorities can we have for the municipality? Can these be sustainable? Is this money, can we budget this money to make the best out of it? So I believe with a good monitoring and evaluation, the next board will be top notch and they'll do the best job. Given an opportunity, I'll do my best. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Gideon, once again, welcome and congratulations for making that far. And me, I want to I'll be brief. I know and I'm happy that you are a businessman in this town. I want to ask you, one, how do you rate business economic growth in this town at the moment? And also, if given an opportunity to be in that board, what are some of the things you'll do, measures you'll put in place to see that there is an improvement in economic growth of this town, given that you are a serious businessman, and I know you've come from an organization of business people where you have plans of business improvement of this town. Then lastly, I hope I hope you know the boundaries of the municipal Kericho municipality, the centers, urban centers that are within. One is Brook. Okay, I've heard that you come from those sides of Cap's House. Now, they are in that market, that center, they are mushrooming polythene sheds along in front of the shopping center of that market. And really, it doesn't look so well, given that center is an entrance from, it's on the highway of this town. What can you do to improve if you are in that board? Or what can be done so that those kind of shades that does not look good? What will you do? Also, given that those mamas, they are doing their businesses there, they want to do their businesses, and also at the same time, those shades or those polythene shades, they doesn't look so nice. What can be done to improve? I'm happy you've mentioned something about drainage and garbage collection. Also, that center, for a while now, there are youths that are working there under the program of Kasi kwa Vijana. How to make that center and other urban centers to look clean, how are we going to? Are you going to see or to put in place to see that those vijana, kazi kwa vijana, be sustained, so that we have that clean environment for the businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Honorable, I hope you have noted. I want to take you to take another round. Question from Honorable Vincent.
Thank you very much, Chair, and welcome once again, Gideon. My first question is, the county government recently rolled out a youth empowerment exercise through the Department of Lands, Housing and Physical Planning, tasked with carrying out the cleaning of the centers within the municipalities of Kericho. As a board, how will you ensure that there is sustainability and fairness? The question is on drainage. Remember, drainage is a cross-cutting issue, and it touches on the Department of Water, Roads, Lands, and Physical Planning. As a board, how do you plan to bring synergy in the municipalities you will be running, and what plans do you have to see it that there is proper management of stormwater and drainages? And lastly, how do you plan to turn around the public gardens, like Moi Gardens, Uhuru Gardens, to revenue streams, just as Municipal Board of Machakos did with the Machakos People's Park? Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Gideon, you can react to those, and then we'll take another last round.
About our boundaries, let me start from there. Our municipality takes about 6 kilometers radius around our town. So, when it comes to Brook, we have a market. What we are lacking is the will from the people and a serious enforcement team to bring those people to the market. I've been to, for example, now, I think Sokomjinga is in Nyandarua County, on the highway. Nyandarua County has brought all those people who was at the market, at the roadside, to the market. But to achieve that, I think they did about 2 or 3 years. And they had to use a lot of force. But if you, on your way to Nairobi now, you can see that the market is so busy. What used to be the old market now, which is on your highway, on your left, when you're going to Nairobi, is only trucks parking goods that have been bought. So, given the time, Brook, we can achieve that. We can have an enforcement team that is there each and every day, and with a good public relation, we can talk to those Mama Mboga that all your clients will come to the market if you go there. Because if I'm the client and I need kienyeji vegetables, and I know it's only there in that market, what will make me not go there? And I know once I'm here, I'll be sorted wholesale. I'll get everything I want. So I'd urge the municipal board, because now we have guys who are training in Kipyegon, we can use their expertise, just take them some small training on public relations so that they don't use excessive force. By doing so, given time, we'll achieve to push them all to that market, and we'll have removed them from that road. And other business people will also enjoy the benefits of pushing them to the market. Because I know most business people within Brook, on that road, coming to join the highway, most of them are complaining because of these stalls here. Most people don't view their shops. And most people, if I'm a customer, I'll only buy what I see. That's what prompts most customers. Isn't that right? So I would advise that we plan on having a small training on our enforcement officers, let them have good PR strategy. I guess I give a timeline of 1 year, we'll have pushed all those people and have serious fines for those people who are still trying to build other stalls. hope we'll have solved that issue. On the sustainability, on the youths who we've had within our municipality, I think if we collect, we can't collect all revenues in town from parking. Let's say we improve our revenue collection, we bring in other, our revenue streams in town are from parking, fines, licensing. So if we increase our licensing base, we'll bring more people on board, we'll have more revenue. So with these youths, we can hire more, but they need to be skill-based. They need to have some skills. We don't have just to bring youths, we need to be adding value to these youths so that given time we can see what they can do. And then sustainability for how we'll sustain these youth who we have had for the job. It can be hard, but given the will, we can get donor funding and revenue within ourselves, which we need. That's why I talked of having a revenue base that has been expanded. And then you asked about drainage. So when it comes to drainage, I believe each and every person in town here is now collecting water because of the scarcity of the resource. So we have existing drainage works and civil works. If we continuously maintain these civil works, we'll have less flooding in town. And for those, I know it will be a tall order to divert all this water elsewhere. So the best thing is to maintain whatever we have and improve. And then we can do planning on constructing others. And then you talked of public gardens, for example, the ones for Machakos. When we were growing up, there used to be merry-go-rounds. For the ones in Machakos, they have golf events, the miniature golfs. Those investors, they came here because they were given an incentive. In Kericho, we can give guys incentives to do those businesses within our recreational parks. Even doing because these guys will be paid by the public who are coming to enjoy these services. Then in turn, these guys pay the municipality. Then we'll get revenue from them being in those recreational parks, and the public will also have enjoyed those services. So then we have to reduce the licensing fee so that we can make more of them to come and get more recreational activities to be brought. Then for those recreational parks, we talked about social halls. We can do one in one of the parks. The youth will be enjoying, and then they'll be paying a fee to be members of those social halls. Thank you.
Matthew.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. And for the second time, congratulations, Gideon. I have only two questions. One is that within this town of the Kericho Municipality, we have a number of businesses that is going down. You being a business person, what will you do to improve this menace that we have in town? Especially when you go from this direction, when you are going direct to the stage, you will get that many shops are closing. Other people are changing business. They are changing what they are selling to meet what they need. And one, as you understand, we are planning also as the county government and in the spirit of the Kenya Kwanza manifesto to do town expansion. What will you do as one of the, if given the opportunity to serve as a board member and a municipality? I know expansion of the town will last in the center of the municipality because of the issue land, the issue planning and everything. So I want you to tell the committee, what will you do if given that opportunity to advise the county government? Is it that possible that we replan our town, or we do expand our town. And then we have a very good place by the name Tea Hotel. You being a business person, what advice can you give the investors that they are coming to this town so that they can do business that does not require to have a number of people running that business? I know that you are running as a single-handed business, but we have many groups who are they have grouped themselves together so that they can start a business. I've realized that those business whereby you have more than 2 directors sometimes does not pick, especially in this town. So can you tell us what advice will you give to the county government, especially the executive and the land department and the municipality that you will be serving if this committee approves you? What that kind of advice? And I know you are a young person, you are a youth. We have a number of young people who are just idling within town. What can the government do to tap the energy that these young people have? Thank you.
Gideon, I have 2 questions to ask you. What is that special thing in you that this committee, considering you for the job, will bring to that board and change this Kericho Municipal Board? Secondly, I hope, Gideon, serving in a board requires somebody who has a very rich experience, having worked in various capacities, and most boards, I hope it's a preserved job for those old people. You being a young man, what drive you to apply this job of municipal board? Thank you.
Rejoin one last one. Gideon, when you look at our businesses just here in town, it's going down. Some few minutes ago, we learned that Kapsoid is growing. What is it that is making Kapsoid grow? What a source of an income is there in Kapsoid which is not found here? And then one last one, you said it's good to plan, and really it's good to plan. I know in the previous government, there was a lot of money which was put in geospatial planning of this town. What is it that is in you that, given this position, you'll internalize and plan the town? Because there are so many things we see which are not properly planned. What is it that you promise this committee that you'll do as a person, having worked in several places and having rich experience in the field of business, that will make this town grow? Thank you, Chair.
You can react, Gideon.
Let me react to your question on the issue of theatre. What I would advise, being a partnership is not bad, but what objective does the partnership have? Does the partnership or group, do they have integrity? A group that has integrity will grow. A group that has governance, good corporate governance, will grow. And for such an hotel to come up, again, I would advise, maybe they have a lot of liabilities, I know. But as a municipality, let's say, for example, the water bills. If an investor comes, we don't need to scare him by slapping him with a huge water bill of, say, 4 million. That was accrued by another board. Can we waive those liabilities so that we can get another new injection to the business? So I would advise that as an incentive, those liabilities that are owed to the municipality should be waived and let the investor come up. By the investor coming, people will be hired again. That means that business will come up. Or we can do a payment plan for that new investor to work on those liabilities. That is my thinking. Then for the town expansion, originally I talked of having a discussion on compulsory land acquisition because we need new space. The town is already filled. So we need to acquire another piece of land, whereby we need to get serious planners to do a geospatial plan, and that new plan should encompass all the social amenities, all the facilities that should be needed in a town. Because in future, Kericho will be a city. We don't know the time, but if by God's will we'll still be around, we'll have said we tried. So for the new, if all goes well as planned, and we get that land, we need to do serious planning for that land. So then what I'll bring on board to this board, I have the energy, and I'm a dedicated person. When I set targets, I make sure that I achieve. When I don't achieve, I know that I'll have made it somewhere. Because when you're in business, you really have to be a fighter. It's not easy. And you need to have plans. And I'm always good when it comes to planning. So given the opportunity to serve in this board, I'll make sure whatever has been planned or a blueprint that has been made, we must achieve. Maybe even if we achieve 60-70%, we'll have achieved. The driver for this board, I've been in this town from 2016, seriously in town. I've seen this town grow. I've seen this town now. People say the town is going down, but I don't believe so. It's only that the cash flow that is now a problem, because maybe the government has not injected much money into the economy. But once the government is stable, funds come, projects start operating, the cash flow will come back. It's only that the government has not injected much money back to the economy. We're still trying to get back on our toes. But I know very soon everything shall fall in place and our town shall draw back to business again. And then Kapsoit, how it's growing. Kapsoit has numbers, it has a population. If you go to Kapsoit stage in the evening, how many people are boarding vehicles to Kapsoit? There are many. Rent there is cheap. People in town live in Kapsoit, most of them. So the town is moving there. So that's why business is growing. What I'd advise the municipality now to do is to plan that town. If we plan that town, we'll achieve an objective of more revenue collection. And then we reduce the licensing fee, more people will get into business and business will come back. Because we already have numbers. Now, maybe say in the next 3 years, we should have another municipality again being promoted. Maybe Londian, because they have numbers too. So we should be thinking of having good plans for those upcoming municipalities. Even retain needs planning too. But I know maybe the plans already made. So I talked about planning. Let me come back to your geospatial plans. I think the geospatial plan of Kericho Town was done in which year? Maybe 74, 73. So we should do, now we need to get another service provider. We can do amends on the plans made. We have new buildings that have come up and maybe they are not part of the plan. By doing so, we'll spur growth in our town. I hope that's all.
Thank you. Geospatial was done recently. What was done way back was a municipal physical plan, which I think it was done way back, but now it needs to be amended because there is sprouting. But geospatial, I think, was done not so much far. So thank you, honorable members. Because of time, I will not allow any further question, and we are coming to closure of this session. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Gideon, for your promptness and engagement. We are happy to have you, and congratulations to all nominees whom we have interacted today. We have had a serious deliberation from morning, and I want to thank you, honorable members, for having burning the oil until this time. I know it's past the normal working hours, but I want to thank you because you have come to closure of this session successfully. So before we wind it up completely, maybe I'll give Gideon maybe 50 seconds or 1 minute. Maybe if he has any closing remarks over the same and any comment, you can. The floor is yours, please, for closing remarks.
I want to appreciate you for your time. I know it's not been in vain. You really sacrificed. I look forward to working with you people. I know you are the legislative arm of our government, and we thank you for your effort. I know our town, courtesy of your effort, will take care of any needs our town needs, and I know we'll achieve that objective of making Kericho great again. Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon, and wish you all the best. If this honorable committee saw it fit to approve you, I want you to encourage you to use the same energy, the same passion you have for our town, because this town belongs to us and our future generation. And the future generation is our offsprings. So it's upon us, we lay a good foundation for them. We are not waiting for anyone to come and build for us our future. So if you will be given this opportunity, we have confidence with you people. We'll give you maximum cooperation as the legislative arm so that you bring new policies, new fresh blood, which will inspire and which will make our municipality one of the best within the region. Otherwise, without much ado, I want to say we have come to end of this session. So Sergeant Nathan, please, can you give the nominee his original documents, and then you will see him off. Sorry. So for the document you will not have, you will be shared an email, or if you are not coming from far, you will send the hard copies for further deliberation. Thank you. So you are free and welcome. Yeah. So maybe Sergeant Nathan and Matthew, you can see of our office now. Thank you.